It's game time, and at Shorty's One Stop, Wanda and the staff wants to wish the Wolverines good luck. It's with pride that they support your athletic dreams and ambitions. Fuel your games with hustle, and remember that it's teamwork that makes the dream work. They have your favorite candy bar or salty snack, thirst-quenching beverages, plus top-tier Cenex gasoline available 24 hours a day. Remember, Wolverines, stand tall, talk small, and play ball. Good luck, Wolverines, from Shorty's One Stop in Selby.
Thorstison Trucking, the people to know when you have something to go. Norm, Austin, and the staff at Thorstison Trucking in Selby, South Dakota would like to thank everyone for their continued business for the last 75 years. Thorstison Trucking is a proud supporter of the Harriet Selby Wolverine School District, and we wish all student athletes the best of luck this sports season.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Vilas Pharmacies in Gettysburg, Highmore, and Oneida are an independent family-owned business that exists to improve the quality of life for their customers and to make their community great. At Vilas Pharmacies, they work hard to ensure their pharmacists and staff not only assist customers with their needs, but build good relationships that will last for the long haul. If you want a first-class pharmacy experience from a South Dakota independent pharmacy, you've come to the right place. Vilas Pharmacy, a community pharmacy designed for you.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Right now is a great time to be planning for the next growing season. Fall fertilizer application can give your crops a strong start in the spring. Because the nutrients available and needed in each field vary, your Agtegra agronomist can help determine your specific nutrient needs and the benefits of applying them now. To optimize your inputs for next year's crop, contact your Agtegra agronomist for details or visit agtegra.com today.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Make sure your grass is always greener with a new John Deere mower from your local C&B. Big or small, let the experts at C&B help you find the mower or utility tractor that will help you get the job done right. Stop in and check out the John Deere Z-Track mowers or take a load off with a new utility tractor with attachments available to help you with your projects of all sizes. Go green this summer at C&B. Learn more about available offers at DeereEquipment.com.
Real tractors are green.
Are you searching for an epic career in the healthcare field? Look no further. You can get a practical nursing degree from Lake Area Technical College right here at Capital City Campus in Pierce, South Dakota. It's close to home, affordable, hands-on learning, and relevant training outstanding job placement with an excellent return on your investment, and one of the best nursing programs available in the region. For more information on how you can launch your healthcare career, go to lakeareatech.edu or capitalcitycampus.org.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
It's game time, and at Shorty's One Stop, Wanda and the staff wants to wish the Wolverines good luck. It's with pride that they support your athletic dreams and ambitions. Fuel your games with hustle, and remember that it's teamwork that makes the dream work. They have your favorite candy bar or salty snack, thirst-quenching beverages, plus top-tier Cenex gasoline available 24 hours a day. Remember, Wolverines, stand tall, talk small, and play ball. Good luck, Wolverines, from Shorty's One Stop in Selby.
Thorstison Trucking. The people to know when you have something to go. Norm, Austin, and the staff at Thorstison Trucking in Selby, South Dakota would like to thank everyone for their continued business for the last 75 years. Thorstison Trucking is a proud supporter of the Harriet Selby Wolverine School District, and we wish all student athletes the best of luck this sports season.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Vilas Pharmacies in Gettysburg, Highmore, and Oneida are an independent family-owned business that exists to improve the quality of life for their customers and to make their community great. At Vilas Pharmacies, they work hard to ensure their pharmacists and staff not only assist customers with their needs, but build good relationships that will last for the long haul. If you want a first-class pharmacy experience from a South Dakota independent pharmacy, you've come to the right place. Vilas Pharmacy, a community pharmacy designed for you.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Right now is a great time to be planning for the next growing season. Fall fertilizer application can give your crops a strong start in the spring. Because the nutrients available and needed in each field vary, your Agtegra agronomist can help determine your specific nutrient needs and the benefits of applying them now. To optimize your inputs for next year's crop, contact your Agtegra agronomist for details or visit agtegra.com today.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Make sure your grass is always greener with a new John Deere mower from your local C&B. Big or small, let the experts at C&B help you find the mower or utility tractor that will help you get the job done right. Stop in and check out the John Deere Z-Track mowers or take a load off with a new utility tractor with attachments available to help you with your projects of all sizes. Go green this summer at C&B. Learn more about available offers at DeereEquipment.com.
Real tractors are green.
Are you searching for an epic career in the healthcare field? Look no further. You can get a practical nursing degree from Lake Area Technical College right here at Capital City Campus in Pierce, South Dakota. It's close to home, affordable, hands-on learning, and relevant training, outstanding job placement with an excellent return on your investment, and one of the best nursing programs available in the region. For more information on how you can launch your healthcare career, go to lakeareatech.edu or capitalcitycampus.org.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
It's game time, and at Shorty's One Stop, Wanda and the staff wants to wish the Wolverines good luck. It's with pride that they support your athletic dreams and ambitions. Fuel your games with hustle, and remember that it's teamwork that makes the dream work. They have your favorite candy bar or salty snack, thirst-quenching beverages, plus top-tier Cenex gasoline available 24 hours a day. Remember, Wolverines, stand tall, talk small, and play ball. Good luck, Wolverines, from Shorty's One Stop in Selby.
Thorstison Trucking. The people to know when you have something to go. Norm, Austin, and the staff at Thorstison Trucking in Selby, South Dakota would like to thank everyone for their continued business for the last 75 years. Thorstison Trucking is a proud supporter of the Harriet Selby Wolverine School District, and we wish all student athletes the best of luck this sports season.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Vilas Pharmacies in Gettysburg, Highmore, and Oneida are an independent family.
Please remain. Mr. Our second grade class will lead us with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the Star-Spangled Banner performed by the Selby Area High School Choir under the direction of Miss Holiday. Please stand.
America. crew today will be Mrs. Rouse, second grade class, presenting Veterans Day.
Veterans Day by Jessica Hawkins.
Thank you, second grade, for helping to get our Veterans Day program started.
Miss Hollidays will now be leading the middle school band as they perform Yankee Doodle.
Mrs. Heddick in the middle school theater class will now perform the compelling skit, Again.
Young Gift by Cherie Van.
In the summer of 1776, 56 brave men framed a gift.
We hold these truths to be self-evident.
The gift was unique, rare,
that all men are created equal.
It was raw, even dangerous.
That they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
The gift was priceless, yet cost many all they have.
That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
200 years have passed.
And
Still the gift remains.
War and peace, unity and division.
Disaster and tranquility, poverty and prosperity.
Still the gift remains. Through 2 centuries, brave men and women have defended the gift.
They have laid aside differences and disagreements.
Coming together as one.
In unity to protect the gift.
And
So the gift remains.
We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Americans from all walks of life are carefully guard the gift,
Freely laying down their rights,
sacrificing their lives,
surrendering their liberty,
forsaking their own pursuit of happiness.
for the gift.
Today we look back with gratitude, honoring those who have preserved the gift.
Today we look forward to determination.
Thankful for the gift that has been entrusted into our hands.
And compelled to pass it on. The gift.
The gift of freedom.
Thank you for the reminder of the great country we live in. We will now continue our program with Miss Alderdians leading the middle school choir as they sing Shenandoah with soloist Tegan Gosh.
Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you. You rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah.
thank you to the choir and seating. Next, Miss Holder's 5th grade class will be reciting various veterans poems.
To all of America's veterans and members of the U.S. Armed Forces, this Veterans Day we salute you and thank you for your service to America.
Veterans Day is truly special, a day when we can remember our lost heroes for a cause, for all the lives that they sacrificed for the country. Happy Veterans Day.
I'm a hero, I fought for freedom. I stood by your side, I cared about you. I held the flag not to fall. I was very, very brave. I made your life way better. I stand as a leader. I think you will always remember what I did for you.
For you and all who gave so many yesterdays, for our today, a heartfelt thank you on Veterans Day.
Standing in front of mist and dirt, they did not tremble. Longing for their families did not make them fall. For our country they stood, so that we may have comfort in our sleep. Remember in your hearts and in those tears shed that these heroes fought to keep our lives lit ahead. I dedicate my life for the love of nation, but I take pride in doing so. My love for my country is beyond. It's the matter of heart. On this great day of remembering the soldiers, I take pride in being one. Happy Veterans Day.
Only two defiant forces have ever offered to die for you, Jesus Christ and the American soldier. One died for your soul, the other died for your freedom.
The nation remained the land of the free only so long as it is home of the brave.
Some people live an entire lifetime and wonder if they have ever made a difference in the world. A veteran does not have that problem.
A day to honor those who have served, given so much for so little, who poured out the blood, sweat, and tears to protect our freedom. A grateful nation and her people. As one voice we thank you.
Did you know red poppies, a symbol of World War I, from their appearance in the poem in Flanders Field by John McCrae, are sold in Canada and the United Kingdom on Remembrance Day to raise money for veterans or worn in the lapel as a tribute.
I've lived the literal meaning of the land of the free in the home of the brave. It's not uncomfortable for me. I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my chest. Remember, freedom has a price. A poppy in tribute to all the brave veterans who risked their lives in the past and present, so we might have a future.
On Veterans Day, we honor all who answered to a service call. Soldiers young and soldiers old fought for freedom, brave and bold.
On Veterans Day, we honor soldiers who protect our nation. For their service as our warriors, they deserve our admiration. Some of them were drafted, some were volunteers. For some it was just yesterday, for some it's been many years. We owe so much to them, who keep us safe from terrorists. So when we see them in uniform, let's say thank you to them.
When we were at home, they traveled land and sea to make sure we stayed safe, to protect us and keep us free. Words are not enough to give them what they do. On Veterans Day, please thank them for their service to me and you.
Once the world recognizes peace, we will all have you to thank for taking action. Veterans, we thank you for all that you've done for us. We honor every sacrifice you've made.
Good job, fifth graders.
Now, we have a very special guest. Luke Perman graduated from Selby area in 2000. He went on to graduate from SDSU in 2006 with a Bachelor of Science degree in Marine Science. He is now married to Naomi and they have 4 kids, Ella, Isaac, Noah, and Micah. They operate Rock Hills Ranch in Lowry. Luke's love for God, family, friends, and country led him to serve 8 years in the Army National Guard. He served in Detachment 2 of the 200th Engineering Company and was a bridge crew member, was deployed in 2003 to 2004 as part of Iraqi Freedom, attained the rank of E5 Sergeant, and was awarded the Purple Heart Medal. Please give a warm welcome to our Veterans Day speaker, Luke Perman.
Good afternoon. I felt very honored to be asked to give a little speech here this afternoon, and I want to thank the administration and leadership at the school here for doing this program. It's really a very neat thing that's been done every year here, and I think it really helps to raise kids in this community to appreciate and remember the sacrifices and efforts made to protect our way of life. And as I've been to this program as well as the Memorial Day programs in the community, it's just really amazing the number of veterans that we have just for the population that we have in this community. I'm sure we are far above the national average as far as veterans per capita, and that doesn't happen just by accident. And so I just really want to commend the school leadership as well as community leadership for always valuing the service to our country. So with that, again, I really appreciate and am humbled by the opportunity to present this afternoon. As the introduction said, I grew up in the Selby community here. I was a 12-year club member of Selby area school. It's a little painful still to know that we're co-oping with Harriet because they were a hated rival for so long. But hey, if you can bring home some hardware this week, I guess I'll get over it. But, I'm just kidding. It's really great. It's a great school, and I was really fortunate to spend my full 12 years here, and then came back after college. Halfway through my senior year, I realized I needed to pay for college somehow, and despite having some money saved up and that sort of thing, the National Guard recruiter got my attention. And I don't know that it was much more than a month from the time the idea popped in my head until I was signing on the dotted line to join. It was kind of a pretty quick decision, and probably one that maybe should have been met with a little bit more thought, but this is January 2000, and this is a year and a half before 9/11 happened, and I think most of us that were alive back then recognize the world became a much different place after that. So while I was signing up, I mean, yes, there's an element of wanting to serve my country, but let's be honest, as a senior in high school, I was thinking about college and paying for college. And hey, if they're going to pay me and I get to drive Humvees and shoot M16s, what's not to like about that? Of course, like I said, 9/11 happened when I was a sophomore in college, and at that point I didn't really think about how that would affect my time in the service or my life in general, but as events unfolded after that, it was fall of 2002, and nobody was telling us in our unit in Wolverine there that, hey, you need to be thinking about getting deployed. But the signs were kind of starting to come together that, yeah, something's going to happen and we need to be ready. January of 2003, it was we had our weekend drill, and we were there on a Monday for some reason, and they had us stay late. Usually we get out about 6, and they said, hey, everybody stick around, we got some news coming yet tonight on what's going on. And at about 8:30 that evening, we found out that we were going to be deployed, and we were to report back to the Armory on Wednesday at noon. So this was Monday night at 8:30, and we had a day and a half to get our personal affairs in order and report back. So that was a pretty intense day and a half. I had to go back to college and cancel classes, sell back books, wrap up my apartments, say goodbye to friends. And then Wednesday at noon, went to Mobridge, and we got to go home the next few nights. But Saturday morning, it was about a 20 below temperature. I think it was probably 40 below wind chill. It was terribly cold, and that was when we left the Mobridge Armory with our trucks and drove, started on our deployment. So less than a week, it was pretty intense. But I can tell you, I remember that driving out of the armory, both in the Mobridge, and seeing all the people there, and at the junction up north of town. 83 through town here was just full of signs and people, and just all the way there was people that were out to show their support for us, and that was pretty hard to drive with tears in your eyes when you're seeing that kind of outpouring of support. And I feel very fortunate that I was able to see that, because many of our veterans here, they were deployed with their units as part of their active duty. They never got to send out what we did, and I wish that each of you that served were able to see that, because it was really something. I know many of you were there doing it. So again, it's something that's really burned in my memory, the support that our community showed. So we got to Missouri. That was where we kind of did all of our in-processing before being deployed. We thought we'll be here for a week maybe, and then we're going to be overseas. Well, a week turned into a month, which turned into 3 months, and we learned that I think there's a reason that Missouri and misery are so close to each other, because winter in Missouri is misery, especially when there's not a whole lot to do. So we had to keep ourselves busy for a while. But anyways, we did finally deploy that. We went to Kuwait in first part of April 5th, and we were there for about 3 weeks, waiting for our equipment to arrive and all of our gear and everything. And then we convoyed into Iraq. That was at the end of April of 2003. We were there until early March of 2004. Went back to Kuwait for a few weeks before coming back, right at the end of March of 2004. Again, the whole experience was, I look back and it is the formative experience of my life, and for many different reasons. I celebrated my 21st and 22nd birthdays being deployed, and so that it's a time in your life when you have a lot of lessons to learn, and I would say that I had plenty of opportunities to learn. Just a few of the things that we dealt with. The heat was unbelievable. You just drank water all the time. I wouldn't walk across the gym without having a bottle of water. It was so hot over there. The dust that would compare to having brown, like bread flour everywhere all the time, and every time you walked, just building up. And our camp that we spent pretty well our entire time in Iraq was had pretty frequent mortar attacks from the insurgents after they kind of got themselves organized. I don't know what the count was, but I think we had over 100 different attacks on our camp. The uncertainty was just never ending. Anybody that's in the military knows the rumor mill gets going, and it's something else. I was looking back through my notes preparing for this, and about every 2 weeks we get another rumor starting. Oh, hey, they're going to send us back home in 3 weeks. That just happened every 2 weeks. And I actually started one of the rumors that we were going to get sent to Hawaii. Wishful thinking, of course, but there was this constant uncertainty about when we're going to leave, what's going to happen with our unit, and then you add on top of that the uncertainty of, well, we are in a war zone, so there's attacks, there's improvised explosive devices on our convoy missions and those sort of things, or the risk of those kind of things happening. Just every day there was uncertainty. There's culture shock being in the Middle East, which I don't, us, our Western way of thinking is just so different than theirs in that part of the world. Not to mention, the Army culture is different. The active duty culture is different than the National Guard culture. So there was conflicts there. And of course, being away from home for that length of time. All of these things really shaped me and made me appreciate life here on many, many different levels. I was one of 4 in our unit that was awarded a Purple Heart. Awarded is maybe the wrong term because it's not something that you choose to do. You're just kind of in the wrong place at the right time. But there's 173 people in our unit, and all of us came home, which there are many units that sadly could not say that, especially at that time. We were recognized as a unit multiple times during our deployment, both for our readiness to be deployed, our performance as we were qualifying to be deployed, and our performance while we were there. And I think there's several reasons for that. I mean, the first reason that we all came home, obviously, was God's grace, and it was not our skills or our aptitude that kept us safe, because the number of close calls that I couldn't begin to list. But I also know that there were a lot of things that He set in place for us that really helped us to represent our community and our state and our nation well as we were deployed. And just a few of those things that I learned or was exposed to or saw through this, I would like to share with you this afternoon. First is an innovation that I saw in our unit. One thing that's unique about Reserve or National Guard is that we're not necessarily professional soldiers. We're part-time soldiers that have professions outside of our service, and sometimes that's helpful in certain cases. In our unit, we have farmers, ranchers, contractors, equipment operators, car salesmen, teachers, highway patrolmen, plumbers, electricians, a whole host of different careers were represented in our bridge building unit. And that was pretty helpful when we had to either entertain ourselves because we had nothing, we were just waiting on orders from someplace, or when we had needs just for living. When we convoyed into Iraq, we didn't know where we were going exactly. We didn't have a map. You were just told to follow the truck in front of you. We didn't know how many miles we're going, when our next stop was, where we're spending the night. There was no shortage one stop. So it was, I'll be honest, there were times I was like, we're the #1 military in the world, and it makes me wonder how bad the other ones are, because sometimes it felt like we didn't really know what we were doing. You're just following the guy in front of you. And well, after 48 hours on this convoy, we don't really know when we're going to stop next or when our camp is going to show up, and eating MREs for a couple days. We'll just say things were getting kind of backed up, and we had to improvise our lawn chair into a portable toilet, and it saw very heavy action for several hours at our one stop. But we also had a shower tent that some of our maintenance guys put together because they had plumbing skills, and they went ahead and had erected this shower tent. And there was other units that were like, "Oh, we haven't had a shower in several weeks. Can we come over?" So it kind of gave us some leverage as working with some of the other units. We were able to kind of trade supplies for shower tent privileges and those sort of things. And again, it kind of goes to the innovation that our unit was able to have. One of them that I'm kind of proud of, I guess, the camp that we were at was, we were the first wheeled convoy to show up there, so we didn't have tanks. We had trucks with tires, and it was an old airport, and it was pretty well non-functional. It was not a military installation, it was just an airport. And we got there in April, and I was looking at my notes. It was November, and we still hadn't had like an improved driveway coming into the camp. Well, our unit was in charge of gate security, and so you have these vehicles just driving straight in off the main road right into the camp. And we couldn't tell if they were friendly contractors that were coming in, interpreters local interpreters, or if they were insurgents that had a car full of bombs that they were going to drive into our tent site. And nothing was happening, and we were just like, this is not safe for anybody, especially us that are at the front gate, because we have to decide, is this car coming safe, or are they a threat? And myself and another guy, we were both specialists, E4, so we're pretty low on the rank system, and we decided we got to do something. And one of our second sergeants, who I'll mention a little later, he was the one that introduced me to the saying, it's better to beg for forgiveness than to ask for permission. And he said, why don't you guys do something about it? So the other specialist, he was a welder by trade. So he welded up a gate from scrap metal that was laying around. We talked to the equipment operators in our unit and said, hey, can you guys bring your excavator up here, make some berms and move some stuff around and make us like a serpentine so that these vehicles coming in and really slow it down and get a chance to check them out. And 2 E4s basically designed and implemented a plan for security at the front gate that there's no way that we should have had that kind of authority, but the other people in our unit didn't care about what rank was on our collar. They saw the same problem, they wanted to make it happen. And it was really exciting to see that happen. And I don't want to take credit for that myself because it was a group effort, but just the willingness to pitch in and get the job done and something needed to be done was really great. We also deploy without any armor on our vehicles, so our maintenance guys did a great job of finding scrap metal and trading with some of the locals to get plating to bolt onto our trucks and stuff to keep us safe. And so we just, time and time again, innovation of our unit was something that was really, I thought was really impressive. We were also blessed with some really good leaders. One of them was my squad leader, Josh Lee. He is really one of the best leaders I've ever served under in any capacity. He was the type of guy that would always make sure that the rest of us ate before he did. But he was not about to let us do all the work for it. He was always led from the front. Kept a level head and a good attitude despite plenty of reasons to complain and have a bad attitude about things. It's been neat to see him continue on. He coached several state contending volleyball teams as a high school coach and has moved up the ladder in the National Guard and leadership as well. And that was such a good example for me as a young man to see somebody like him as a leader. Love of country was a common thing that we saw. A couple examples of that. There was 2 father and son, 2 sets of fathers and sons that were in our unit. Roger Templeton, I mentioned, Roger told me about the idea it's better to beg for forgiveness and ask for permission. Roger was a Vietnam veteran. He was an infantry scout in Vietnam, and after his active duty service, he joined the National Guard. I don't know how many years Roger had in when he finally retired, but his son, Lee was our company commander. Again, a family tradition of service to our country. The other was Lloyd DeYoung. Lloyd was a pilot in Vietnam, and his son, Mike, was a section sergeant in our unit. Both of those guys, they were probably in their early 60s when we deployed, and they both were there the whole time. They didn't go home early. They didn't try to get out of stuff. They were there to serve, and there were complaints from them. And we're just one example of lifelong service to the country. We had many soldiers in our unit that had over 20 years in when we deployed. Tony Weiser, I'm pretty sure, is one of them. I'm pretty sure Tony, you had 20 years in before we deployed, I'm pretty sure. Again, just what an example of somebody that served our country for so long. And these guys were not necessarily even the higher ups that kind of had the more administrative or leadership roles. They were NCOs and they got their hands dirty. They weren't there just to make decisions and let the young guys do all the work. Along with that, just a love for your fellow man. And that's kind of where the love of the country begins, is when you care about the guy that's next to you. And just countless examples of camaraderie and selfless service that, unless you've probably been in the military, it's maybe even hard to really understand what that's like. But being in a group of people where you know that you can trust them and that they got your back, you can really accomplish some really amazing things. And then all of that, kind of to wrap it up, you know, and I mentioned this earlier, just how formative that time was for me. And I can tell you my faith in the Lord grew more during that time than any time before or after. It was really an important time for me. And so many truths of the Scripture became real. And I wouldn't trade that time for anything. There's a quote from George Orwell that says, "People sleep peaceably in their beds at night only because rough men stand ready to do violence on their behalf," which is sort of an unsettling thing when you think about it at first glance, but I can tell you that the men and women that serve us, whether we would count them as rough or not, they're willing to be rough. And I feel extremely honored to be from a community that's full of those type of people that are willing to do what needs to be done when duty calls. And just again, I thank you to all you veterans that are here today, and families of veterans that have gone on. And I understand so much greater what that sacrifice is on the other side of it than I ever did before that. And so, again, thank you for listening to me share with you today, and thank you again for the invitation to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruth Coleman. We appreciate you taking the time to speak to us today. Next, the middle school theater class will perform The Letter. A Letter to a Soldier by Rachel Benjamin. I don't remember if I ever said thank you. I remember seeing you in uniform, at parades, at ceremonies, in the airport. You always looked unafraid and heroic. I remember the way you would salute the flag, with such precision.
I waved at you one time. You're marching in a parade. Your gaze was determined, unwavering, straight ahead. I knew you probably didn't see me, but I waved at you.
I remember humility, this kind of family play for you, and you reluctantly said miles did not often mind to be singled out.
I remember the way you wore your hat, the way the light would hit the metal on your uniform. I remember the sound your boots made when they hit the ground.
But I don't remember if I ever said thank you. I probably didn't, because it seems so strange to thank someone you don't even know. But that shouldn't have stopped me. It didn't stop you. You were willing to give the unlimited sacrifice for someone you didn't even know.
You didn't know if I was brown eyes or blue, if I was young or old, if I was tall or short. Not that that would have changed anything. You were willing to spend time away from your friends, your family, your country, to defend me, no matter who I was.
You fought to protect your freedom.
To uphold my right to vote,
and freedom to worship,
to speak my mind without fear. You fought so that I could have the privilege to live life to its fullest.
I think we might have been friends who would have the same values and beliefs, hopes, and dreams.
But maybe we did. You may have chosen different life. You may not have liked me. I may have chosen different ideas to follow and other things to pursue. But you fought for my right to disagree with me.
Because you believe in something greater than yourself, freedom.
Freedom for all. Your sacrifice exemplifies the commands of Jesus. Your selfless acts mirror the gospel.
You deserve a hero's reward, but I don't really know what that is, and I don't know how to give it to you.
Your sacrifice has changed my life. It's still changing my life, and I don't remember if I ever told you that.
Somehow, it doesn't seem enough. But we wanted to make sure that you knew, that we know, this country, our freedom, would not be the same without you. And we wanted to make sure that we said, thank you.
Thank you for that. Next up, the third grade class will perform Fired Up with the help of Mrs. Gehring and Jenica Burns.
amazing performance. Next, Mr. Connect will honor our local veterans with roll call. Mr. Connect will announce, please stand when your name is called, and the third grade class will honor you with the flag.
Okay, real quick before I start the roll call, once again, just want to state how happy I am, as well as every veteran is here, that the school continues to put on an outstanding program every year. I recognize this particular week, more than any, is super busy with things going on throughout both the elementary and the high school, volleyball team going to the Sodak 16, and football team going to the state championship game. So I know there's a lot that needs to happen this week, but we appreciate you taking the time. So please join me in a round of applause for the students and staff who put this program together for us. And to Luke, thank you for sharing your message. It's great to hear your story, and I know many of us veterans resonated with a lot of things you were saying. We had 1,000 memories flashing through our head, taking us back, so thank you for taking the time to join us here today and sharing that with us. Thank you. I would like to get a little shot in right here real quick for the Legion. We are holding our annual fundraiser right here Saturday night in the gym. We'll have our traditional pancake and sausage feed from 5 to 7. And shortly after that, we'll get things set up for bingo. We'll be playing bingo again and giving turkeys away for prizes. Also have some kids' games set up for prizes. And we have over 50 door prizes and counting. So hope everybody here brings a friend and comes and joins Saturday night to support the Legion. And they're also selling raffle tickets for a chance to win a $100 gift card from Minerva's in Aberdeen, a one-night stay for Amcota, and 4 tickets to the Aberdeen Wings hockey game. And if you're interested in the chance of that, you can see myself or Bob Connect or Mr. Schroeder. And now on the roll call. We honor all veterans who served our country, and today we will recognize those who are present with us. Once again, when I call your name, I ask you to stand and be recognized, and a third grader will present you with a flag. Dan Bauer, Army, Command Sergeant Major, 1970 to 2004. Dante Cagnones, Marine Corps, E5, 2000 to 2008. Brady Dunbar, Army, Sergeant, 2006 to present. Robert Ernst, Army, E4, 1968 to 1969. Richard Geary, Navy, E4, 1967 to 1971, Vietnam. Dale Hamry, Air Force, A1C, 1980 to 1984. Dwight Helm, Marine Corps, Sergeant, 1971 to 1975. Doria Hirsch, Air Force, Lieutenant Colonel, 1996, who recently retired. Marvin Kendall, Army, Spec 4, 1974 to 1976. Don Connect, Marine Corps, Master Sergeant, 1991 to 2011. Army Sergeant, 1967 to 1972, Vietnam. Larry Lutz, Army Second Lieutenant, 1972. Wes Barron, Air Force Airman, First Class, 1950 to 1954. Vance Masteller, Army Lieutenant, 1969 to 1970. Michael Newman, Air Force Tech Sergeant, 1968 to 1991, Vietnam. Clint Perman, Army First Lieutenant, 1991 to 1997. Luke Perman, Army National Guard, E5, 2000 to 2008, Operation Iraq Freedom. Dean Robot. Chris Strassenbach, Army CW2, 2010 to current. Wilton Schilling, Army Spec 3, 1955 to 1957. Leonard Schroeder, Army National Guard, E5, 1985 to 1995. Bill Wackerly, Army, Chief Warrant Officer 5, 1965 to 2008. Ken Walker, Army, Spec 4, 1966 to 1968. Roger Walker, Army, E5, 1965 to 1975. Anthony Wanzo, National Guard, E6, 1975 to 2004. If there's any veteran present whose name has not been called and you happen to miss you coming in the lobby, please stand to be recognized. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, one more round of applause for all veterans here today.
Thank you, veterans, for your service and sacrifice. Please stand for the playing of Taps by Miss Allardings and Trey Hedda, followed by members of the Selby American Legion retiring the colors.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the state of ceremony. Thanks for coming.